reason James's story stuck out to me is because he was dealing with internal pain, with internal demons, with internal emotions and mental things that were battling him and that he was battling every single day. And people looking at him and saying, "You're great, there's nothing wrong with you, you're fine. You came home and all these other people have bullet holes and have missing limbs and you're fine, there's nothing wrong with you." And he's going, "Yeah, I'm okay, but not in here, man. Like I'm messed up." Like, I understood that because not even a year before that, probably 6 people within a 6-month time period for the first time in my entire life, 6 people that I loved and cared about dearly tried to end their life. And when James told me his story, it was the first time outside of those experiences that I felt something that I understood. And I wanted to take what James has been through and his internal suffering and what he had seen and what he had experienced, and I wanted to put it on an open platform to where anybody could relate to that and understand it, to where if you're just having a bad day, like, it's okay, because a lot of us have bad days, even though our bad days can be on the inside. And I just wanted more people to understand that.
I will say it's been a revelation to me, because of course it is an epidemic, the suicide. You see it all around. And I have a rage at Big Pharma anyway. And I've been in pain, and for years I've been asking, what is pain? The actual, what is it? What's the mind-body connection? But it's helped me to realize that it's not about the trauma that's been seen, that Big Pharma was a huge part of it. And I have been in personal pain before and been on pharmaceutical drugs and touched that and stepped away because I saw it. And so I have a vague, just barely touched it, but I see that.
Listening to all of them talk and tell their story about what they've gone through, what they're going through, what they're processing, it really hit home with me.
I feel like I know a little bit about what each of you guys are dealing with. Not because I've been to war, put my own life at risk or anything like that, but because of my family life growing up and just the way it all went down. We put my mom in rehab probably three times, many outpatient psych units, and we got in a bad car wreck when I was in junior high. She got real bad on pain pills and just sleep all the time. And that's kind of the life I knew, and I want all you guys to know that I would love to sit with everybody at some point and listen to what y'all are talking about and what you're saying. And if same with you guys, if we get in a bind or something, we need a line, or if we need some help, man, let's just, feels like we don't need to be like just singling this thing off. We're all dealing with our own shit, obviously. And these guys are helping us too. Right. You're helping me, dude, for real.
My mom is like, I guess you could say unintentionally addicted because of that kind of stuff. She's had surgeries, she's had migraines my whole life, like the debilitating kind of thing where she's in bed for 4 days at a time. I know for a while there she was taking more than the dosage of whatever killed, Michael Jackson, just regularly. That's not okay. And but it's one of those things, I guess I watched that my whole life, but didn't really realize that I was watching that. But I think one of the things that I've been trying to focus on the whole time y'all were talking is, would you rather forget?
No. It has definitely made me who I am.
So I don't want to take away, I don't want to forget anything that I did, because I feel it will take a little bit out of every box that I've worked so hard to fill. It's like, it didn't break me over there, I'm not going to let it break me here.
Not so much like my army, but being hooked on pain pills for 5 years, raising my kids on it. I wish I could forget that and do it over, for sure.
I wish that, I think that's the biggest thing, is like, and I actually wrote a song about it called Afterglow, it's not about what I'm dealing with PTSD, but what my family's had to see.
Yeah, I think that's the only, I wouldn't change what I did, but service-wise, but yeah, definitely probably things I regret the most in my whole entire life is having my family watch me go through this cycle up and down and have to deal with it and watch the pain in their eyes of wanting to help me so bad and just not being able to do anything.
also agree. Just whenever you don't really know how to deal with your own emotions, you just kind of do what you feel like is helping you, and no one around you really understands it. So you just kind of, you know, at the end of the day, it takes a long time to take accountability for your own self.
And one of the big problems is that, at least for me, as you take that on, is eventually you're the only problem. You're the constant. And so, like, I'm a runner. So I just want my family to not be in pain anymore because of me.
Not necessarily do you want to forget, but you definitely want the people around you to forget.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Very, very much so.
The singer-songwriter session really kind of took me for a loop, because if we're being totally honest, like, I didn't really expect to open up that much or get anything out of it, only because I've been in the music industry for so long. I've been a veteran, and just as everyone has said, we don't talk about things. When I saw my peers, you know, open up parts of themselves that I know are really hard to, like, say to people who don't understand, kind of put me in a perspective where, like, I want to talk about it too, you know, because I've never been in a spot where I feel like I can talk about the things that have affected me as a veteran, but we understood each other in that moment. So, you know, that was actually probably the first time I ever talked about it. So that's vital to me.
As we started the songwriting session, I challenged each of the veterans to pick a topic that was close to them, that they could tell something that they struggled with, as well as something that they wanted to overcome that struggle with, or what they did to overcome that struggle. The idea being is that in their song, I wanted them to write about something that was positive, but also something real.
Maybe on the last one, we can actually it be kind of a half and half conversation between husband and wife.
I was thinking along the lines of something with the wife's side.
Yeah,
for sure.
After hearing his story, I immediately felt connected with him on a very deep level because of what he's been through, and I was able to interpret what I've been through within the same parameters. So we kind of decided to walk off in a dark corner and connect those pieces into a song.
We spent the majority of the time talking. You know, he was kind of picking my brain and asking me questions, you know, and really getting kind of trying to know me as much as you can, you know, as quickly as possible. It was incredible the inspiration he got, just almost instantly. And he just sat down and busted out this very touching, beautiful, emotional song. And I've never had somebody write a song for me like that.
It's good to finally be back home. Spent a lot of nights cold, scared, helpless and alone.
To see my story interpreted from somebody else and it still be my story, it's incredible right now. I'm still not even sure how to feel completely.
It's good to finally be back home.
As a musician and as a writer and all these things, I really understand the healing power of music, because it's the only way any of us make it day to day in this line of work.
Right now, our song topic, we're talking about that reintegration and how the things that will keep you alive overseas, because you had to be a bit unpredictable, but it doesn't necessarily relate back when you come back to the civilian side. You have to kind of learn to rewire yourself.
Being able to help others with our medicine is good, and I'm excited for him.
I just got done with the songwriting session, and I got teamed up with Austin Alsop, which I was like super pumped about. I'm a big fan of the guy, and we kind of found a back booth and kind of started talking a little bit about like what kind of music, what kind of vibe, that kind of stuff the song was going for, and even everything from melody to lyrical messages.
The hardest part was it was so emotional, you know, it was hard to figure out where to start. And once we did, though, it really took off. So it was really neat to see everybody in their own little world working together. And there for a minute, it's like I didn't know if we were their army or if they were part of our band, and it didn't matter, you know, we were just all together. It was cool.
Healing is when you come to terms with the demons that you have, and you put them out there and you broadcast them for everyone to see, and you're at peace with that. You're okay with people seeing the bad parts of you, because that's how you grow.
So when Mike and I took a break from writing, I had the opportunity to stand up and kind of just glance across the room and looking at the faces of not only the veterans, but the artists that they were paired with, digging through these deep emotional traumas, but trying to find a healthy outlet with them through music, and watching these artists go through the songwriting process with these veterans and seeing the healing that was taking place in the moment all around this room was something very special.
The last night of the tour is coming up, and it's time to see if the veterans and national artists can bring their bond and stories to life at the final concert. But one thing is for sure.
When words fail,
Music speaks.
This is their story. This is their highway home.